Hopefully I can finally get an Airless sprayer that's worth it. What would this big machine be used for? So many devices to choose from, I have no idea. Let's see if someone can explain it to me. Oh good, they make video tutorials. I hope I can get a device with a long lifespan so that it will pay for itself down the road. It was suggested to me I should buy one with enough performance. Or maybe I can just buy a cheap one and save some money now. Well, let's see if I can also buy a small one and survive for a while. Where should I start? In today's video, we're going to look at the primary factors that you should consider when purchasing an airless sprayer. Oftentimes, customers first purchase the unit and then encounter several issues that they didn't know beforehand. We're going to provide you with all the information you need so that you are able to purchase the right unit the first time round. Airless sprayers are usually associated with high costs, but these expenses are offset with the effectiveness and efficiency of the machine. To make a sound investment, make sure you go through all the information first before you purchase your device. There are 4 essential points I want to cover today that allow you to avoid the major pitfalls that customers make and ultimately make the best investment you can on your machine. Point number 1 is choosing the right device for the right materials. If you're trying to save money with a smaller, cheaper device, you might find that the actual device cannot handle the thicker liquid that you're using for your job. As a start, consult your technical data sheet, which will have all the information you need on the required nozzle, gun, and pressure for the liquid that you're using. Point number 2 is the frequency of the unit's use and the job requirements relating to how big of an area you're working on. Generally speaking, if you have a big job that requires a large surface area and you're using your unit every single day, you're going to want to choose a bigger, higher quality unit. Conversely, if you're only using your device a few times a year and the projects are quite small, you're going to opt for a cheaper, smaller unit. You can even consider purchasing a second-hand one. You can think of this as much like a taxi driver that drives a Mercedes. Because the car's being used every day, you want to make sure that you have a high-quality machine to match the delivery rates that you want to use. If you're trying to save costs buying a smaller, cheaper unit, you might run into trouble when the job requires a higher performing machine. If you're a small business owner, you might be limiting the amount of job contracts you can take because you only have a smaller unit that won't be able to handle the larger requirement needs. Point number 3 is the maintenance costs and repair costs. This is often an overlooked factor by customers, where they spend the initial money on their airless sprayer and then they don't factor in that they're going to have to be paying additional expenses to make sure that it's running properly throughout the year. A much simpler device is going to give you less issues, which means that you are going to have a trade-off between those devices that are high quality, that won't need as much repair and maintenance, and a low quality device that might be a lot more simpler that you could even repair yourself, but might have to be maintained a lot more often. Models that have a simpler construction, like this Wagner SF31 with the diaphragm pump, the parts here you'll be able to replace yourself, thus saving in maintenance costs. Other models that are more complicated, that have a piston pump, those will need to be maintained by a professional. It's also important to consider what spare parts and accessories you're going to need. Each sprayer will differ in how much maintenance will be required. Lances, nozzles, hoses, guns, and filters are all replaceable at some point, just like you would replace a spark plug in a car. To ensure your sprayer performs well for many years, make sure those working parts are replaced as per guidelines laid out in the technical data sheet. Point number 4 is the actual cost or the price tag of the device. As we've looked at points 1, 2, and 3, the cost of the device is not just its price tag, but the maintenance costs and the repair costs on top of that. Of course, you want to make sure that you're choosing the right device for the right job and the right materials. When you put that all together, you're going to have a great, solid investment that's going to produce the quality work that you're looking for each time. In summary, point number 1 is choosing the right device for the right materials you are using. Number 2 is the frequency that you're using the device and the type of job requirement, making sure that that is being matched correctly. Point number 3 is taking account the repair costs and the maintenance costs. A high quality device will likely give you less issues. A low quality device might have you paying a lot more in future years. And number 4 is the price tag. When you put all of those factors together, you're going to do a much better job of making a sound investment in the airless sprayer of your choosing. If you have any questions or queries, you can contact us by giving us a call or emailing us. The information for that is provided on screen. And of course, I wish you the best of luck on your spray painting. See you soon.